My beloved child, listen closely because what I am about to reveal carries the weight of heaven itself. September 1st and September 2nd are not ordinary days. They are marked in the scrolls of heaven, written by the very hands of destiny, and sealed by the light of God. Archangel Michael stands at the gates, his sword blazing, his voice echoing across realms, and he whispers your name. He says that these 2 days are carrying a secret that has been hidden from you, and now heaven refuses to keep it silent. This is your moment, your hour, the reason your eyes have landed on this very message. Think for a moment, how many times did you feel something unseen pressing on your spirit? How many nights did you sense a movement around your room, a breath near your soul, a whisper in your heart? It was not your imagination. It was Michael circling, waiting for you to pay attention. The heavens have paused because God instructed his messenger, do not move until my child knows the truth. And here you are, reading, standing on the edge of a revelation that will change your life. On September 1st, heaven wrote a line over your name. On September 2nd, that line turns into a declaration. Michael is saying, beloved, these days are no coincidence. Something divine is aligning, something ancient is unfolding, something you thought delayed is now rushing toward you like a river breaking its dam. Every pain you carried, every tear you shed, every betrayal you endured, these days carry the weight of justice and the fragrance of a new beginning. Stay with me, for every word is a thread weaving the fabric of your destiny. If you leave in the middle, you will lose the pattern, you will miss the unveiling. Heaven is begging you not to skip, for the voice of Archangel Michael is echoing across this moment. Imagine the angel standing before you now, towering, radiant, with wings stretching across the horizon. His eyes are like fire, yet filled with compassion. He looks at you and says, you have been chosen to hear this. Do not turn away. Do not let distractions steal your moment. Child, these dates, September 1st and 2nd, are carved into eternity. For years, forces in the dark thought they could close the doors over your life. They whispered lies, they blocked blessings, they built walls around your breakthrough. But on these days, Michael swings his sword and the walls tremble. Doors that refuse to open will burst wide. What was hidden in shadows will stand in the light. The truth that others buried will rise like the morning sun. Stay connected, do not scroll away. For what you are about to hear is not just words, it is the very map of your soul's next chapter. Michael says, I am tired of being ignored, I am tired of knocking and no one answering. This time, you must listen, for heaven has locked this moment for you alone. Do you feel that stirring in your chest? That pull in your spirit? That is not coincidence. That is the vibration of heaven aligning with your very heartbeat. For too long, you have carried unanswered questions. Why did this happen? Why was I betrayed? Why was I left alone? Why did I lose what I thought was mine? Michael says, September 1st and 2nd carry the answers. And by the end of this revelation, you will see why everything had to happen the way it did. Imagine your life as a tapestry. You have been staring at tangled threads, confused, broken, wondering why nothing makes sense. But the weaver, God Himself, was working on the other side. On September 1st, he turns the tapestry to reveal the image. On September 2nd, he places it in your hands and says, "See, my child, I was never late. I was preparing something beautiful. Stay with me, beloved. Because the moment you hear this, your soul is being prepared. Your house is being visited by unseen angels. Your name is being whispered in courts you cannot see. Michael stands ready, and this is only the beginning." My beloved child, as you kept listening, heaven smiled. For every second you remain here, an angel writes your name brighter in the book of remembrance. Do not think this is ordinary, this is divine timing. September 1st and 2 are not just dates on a calendar, they are the days when heaven's courtroom opens, when testimonies are brought forth, when judgments are overturned, and when your life receives a shift that generations before you prayed to see. Michael speaks again, "Child, you have endured nights of silence where you thought no one was listening. You prayed, yet felt no answer. You cried, yet no comfort came. You gave, yet nothing returned. But heaven was not blind, and I was not deaf." On September 1st and September 2nd, God Himself commands that silence breaks, and what you thought was delay will be revealed as divine strategy. Think carefully. Look back at your journey. How many times did you almost give up? How many times did you say, "Maybe I was not chosen. Maybe I was forgotten"? Michael says, "No, you were not forgotten. You were being hidden. Hidden until the right moment, hidden until the right alignment, hidden until the season matched your destiny. And now the hourglass of heaven has turned. The sand is running, and as it flows, blessings are chasing you faster than you can run." Beloved, Michael is saying something very specific. Do not despise the pain you carried, for the pain became the seed of your breakthrough. Do not regret the betrayals, for betrayal built the fire in you that purified your destiny. Do not curse the delays, for delays became protection. On September 1st and 2, you will realize that nothing was wasted. Look around your life. Can you feel how the air itself feels heavy when something big is about to happen? It is the same with your spirit. Heaven bends closer, angels lean in, and suddenly the ordinary becomes charged with prophecy. That is why you are restless right now. That is why your heart is pounding as you hear these words. Your spirit already knows this truth. September 1st and 2nd are days that hold a key. Stay with me, for Michael says there is more. He is showing a table, a long golden table where scrolls are laid out. Each scroll carries names, decisions, and promises. He points at one sealed scroll. Your name is written there in fire. On September 1st, the seal is broken. On September 2nd, the scroll is read aloud before heaven. And Michael declares, no more delay, no more silence, no more denial. This is the hour of unveiling. You may wonder, why me? Why now? Michael answers, because your name has been circled too many times in heaven's chambers. Too many angels have spoken your name in intercession. Too many tears of yours have been stored in heaven's bottles. God Himself has decided, now is the time. Beloved child, let me remind you, when God decides, no man can block it. When heaven writes, no hand can erase it. When Michael moves, no force can resist him. And when your appointed time arrives, not even the shadows of your past can hold you back. September 1st and 2nd are marked because your appointed time has finally kissed your destiny. Do you feel that pull? That ache inside you that says something is shifting? That is not imagination, that is confirmation. For years, the enemy laughed at your waiting. For years, you were overlooked. For years, you were dismissed. But in these 2 days, the laughter of your enemies turns into silence, and your silence turns into a song of victory. Stay engaged, do not look away. Every sentence here is like a step closer to your miracle. Michael is revealing layer after layer, because your spirit cannot handle it all at once. Like waves, truth comes gently, then fiercely, until you are washed in revelation. He is saying, beloved, do not fear the shaking, for shaking means God is rearranging. Do not fear the storm, for storms clear the air. Do not fear the ending, for endings give birth to beginnings. September 1st, Heaven announces. September 2nd, Earth responds. What was bound will be loosed, what was locked will be opened, and what was lost will be restored. Beloved, heaven is repeating this to make sure you grasp it. The same way you repeat the name of someone you love, heaven keeps repeating your destiny, because love refuses to let go. Michael has been circling your house, standing by your bedside, guarding your name. And now he is shouting it into your spirit, this is your hour. This is your appointed season. This is why you must not skip. Take a deep breath now. Feel the weight of heaven pressing gently on your chest. That pressure is not anxiety, it is presence. It is the nearness of the divine. It is God saying, I am here. I have not left you. September 1st and 2 are proof that I remember you. Child, let these words sink in. Let them carve new hope into your soul. This is only the beginning, and there are still secrets Michael has yet to tell you. Do not move away, for the next part will carry the revelation that ties your past, your present, and your future into one divine story. My beloved child, stay with me, for the scroll of your destiny is still opening. You have not yet seen the fullness of what heaven prepared for September 1st and 2nd. In the first part, I told you how these days were carved into eternity, and in the second part, I showed you how heaven's courtroom is now open over your name. But now, Michael leans closer. His voice softens, his tone grows deeper, and he says, Beloved, the hidden things are about to be revealed. Think of your life. How many unanswered questions still live inside you? How many mysteries of your past still haunt you at night? Michael says, on September 1st and September 2nd, heaven will not only bless you, but it will explain you. You will see the why behind your wounds, the meaning behind your pain, the truth behind your silence. This is not just about blessing, it is about revelation. Michael shows me an image, a locked chest buried under layers of soil. Years ago, someone tried to bury your truth, your identity, your voice. They thought that if they covered it deep enough, it would never rise again. But on September 1st, heaven sends a shaking. On September 2nd, the chest bursts open, and what was hidden is handed back to you. Michael whispers, no more stolen identity. No more buried truth. It is time to reclaim what was always yours. Beloved, let your heart hear this: the very people who thought you were weak will see your strength. The very ones who tried to silence you will hear your voice echo louder. The very moments you thought were failures will be rewritten as stepping stones. For heaven is not just watching you, it is rewriting you. Now Michael says, listen carefully, for this is not ordinary. On September 1st, heaven speaks your name aloud. On September 2nd, earth will have no choice but to respond. Everything around you will begin to align, not by accident, but by divine command. People will suddenly remember you. Opportunities will suddenly open. Calls will come. Doors will unlock. What looked delayed will arrive at your doorstep without warning. Child, can you feel it? That trembling in your soul is the confirmation that these words are for you. You may be sitting quietly, but your spirit is standing tall, because deep down, you know you were meant to hear this. You know heaven's voice when it calls you, and right now it is calling with urgency. Michael says, beloved, do not doubt yourself anymore. Doubt has chained you for too long. You have asked, am I enough? Do I deserve it? Will it ever happen for me? Heaven answers today, yes, you are enough. Yes, you deserve it. Yes, it will happen. And September 1st and 2nd will prove it. There is something else Michael is showing me, a book. Its pages are stained with your tears. Every line is a moment when you cried alone, moments when no one understood. But listen carefully, God never wasted a single tear. Each one became ink, and now heaven is rewriting your story with the tears you thought were forgotten. He says, on September 1st, your tears turn into testimony. On September 2nd, your testimony turns into triumph. Beloved, do not skip this. For what I am about to say carries the power to unlock your heart. You have been carrying grief, grief for people who left, grief for opportunities missed, grief for years stolen. Michael is saying, your grief has been noticed. Heaven has not overlooked it. And now, joy is coming like a flood. On September 1st, the sound of mourning fades. On September 2nd, the sound of laughter rises in your house. Imagine this: the night before, you are restless, questioning if things will ever change. But as the sun rises, heaven releases a wave over you. Suddenly, peace settles in your spirit. Suddenly, a phone call arrives with good news. Suddenly, a door opens that you never even knocked on. This is not random. This is September 1st and 2nd, heaven's chosen days to prove that you are not forgotten. Michael lifts his sword now, pointing it toward the horizon. He declares, every chain is breaking. Every shadow is fleeing. Every lie is dissolving. This child will rise, for heaven has decided. And as he speaks, angels gather around you, some carrying scrolls, some carrying gifts, some carrying crowns. They are not coming empty-handed, beloved, they are coming with your portion. Stay focused, child. For in the next breath, Michael reveals something deeper. He says, the reason heaven is telling you everything now is because the enemy thought you would not last until this point. He thought the pain would break you, that betrayal would silence you, that loneliness would bury you. But look at you, you are still here, still breathing, still listening. And because you endured, heaven rewards you openly. Do not miss this. The reason September 1st and 2nd are so important is because they are the days heaven publicly vindicates you. The same people who misunderstood you will see the truth. The same people who doubted you will watch your rise. And the same enemy who mocked you will fall silent, unable to stop what God has written. Beloved, you have walked through fire, but the fire did not consume you. You have crossed waters, but the waters did not drown you. You have faced nights of silence, but the silence did not break you. Why? Because heaven was preserving you for this very season. September 1st and 2nd are your announcement days. The world may not have seen you yet, but heaven has been watching all along. And now the world will see what heaven already knew. Take courage, my child. For Michael is not just speaking, he is moving. He is circling your name, your family, your home. He is drawing lines of fire around you, declaring, this one is chosen. This one is protected. This one is rising. And as you continue listening, something is already shifting in your atmosphere. You may not feel it fully yet, but angels are working behind the scenes. The paperwork you need is moving. The answer you prayed for is forming. The blessing you thought was lost is returning. This is why heaven is telling you everything now, because you are about to see what was unseen. My beloved child, you are still here, and that itself is a prophecy. Do you realize what this means? Every second you stay connected, you are proving to heaven that you are the one chosen to hear this. Many may skip, many may ignore, many may scroll away, but you, yes, you, remained. And because you remained, heaven will remain with you. Michael leans closer now, his voice trembling with both fire and tenderness. He says, now I will tell you what was hidden, for you are ready to carry it. Close your eyes for a moment and listen. September 1st and September 2nd are not just about blessings, they are about unveiling secrets long kept from your sight. Michael says, child, your journey has been marked by mysteries. You walked through years of confusion, people spoke things you never understood, doors closed without reason. But heaven never intended for you to remain in the dark. These days, September 1st and 2nd, are the appointed hours of revelation. Do you remember the faces that smiled at you yet betrayed you in silence? Do you remember the promises made to you but broken behind closed doors? Michael whispers, none of it escaped heaven's eyes. The betrayal you thought unnoticed was written in the book. The lies spoken against you were recorded. And now, in these days, the record is being opened, the truth is being spoken, and your name is being cleared. Beloved child, hear this with all your heart, you have carried burdens that were never yours to carry. You held guilt that was never yours to own. You believed lies that were never true. But Michael's sword is cutting through those chains. On September 1st, the lies will lose their power. On September 2nd, truth will clothe you like a garment. And once truth covers you, no one can strip it away again. Michael shows me a vision, a courtroom in heaven. On one side, accusers stand, pointing fingers, whispering, mocking. On the other side, angels stand in silence, waiting. Then, the judge, God himself, enters. The moment he speaks, silence falls. He looks at you, not with anger, but with love. He says, this one is mine. This one is chosen. This one is redeemed. And instantly, the accusers fall silent. On September 1st, this verdict is written. On September 2nd, it is announced over your life. My child, do you see why you cannot skip? These words are not empty. They are the very declaration of heaven's courtroom. Every second you stay, chains fall. Every sentence you hear, curses break. Every truth you receive, blessings unlock. Heaven is not just speaking, it is shifting. Michael says, beloved, you wondered why so many things were delayed. You thought it was punishment. But it was protection. If you had received too early, those around you would have stolen it. If you had risen too quickly, they would have destroyed you. But now, in September, the stage is safe, the table is ready, the path is clear. Think of it, a flower does not bloom in winter. A seed does not break open until the season warms. Likewise, your destiny waited until this moment. And now heaven declares, the season has changed. The time is ripe. The hour has come. Beloved, September 1st and 2nd are like the striking of a clock. The sound echoes across realms. Angels hear it. Demons tremble at it. Even the earth beneath your feet shifts because of it. And Michael stands at the center, declaring, "This child will rise. This child will see what was hidden. This child will know the truth." Now, listen carefully. For Michael reveals something personal. He says, the people you trusted most were not always honest. They carried double tongues, speaking good in front of you and poison behind you. But heaven will not allow their shadows to stay hidden. On September 1st, their masks crack. On September 2nd, their names are revealed. Do not be afraid, beloved, for exposure is not to hurt you, but to free you. You cannot rise while tied to deception. That is why heaven must expose. Beloved, your heart may ache when truth comes, but remember, healing often begins with breaking. The vessel must crack before oil pours out. Likewise, your life will feel shaken, but out of the shaking flows the oil of destiny. Do not be afraid of exposure. Do not be afraid of revelation. For what is revealed in these days is not to shame you, but to honor you. To show that you were always chosen, always protected, always seen. Michael lifts his hand now and says, "Child, you have cried enough. You have questioned enough. You have waited enough. Now heaven speaks, it is your turn. It is your season. It is your unveiling." Beloved, can you feel it? The weight lifting from your shoulders? The tears forming in your eyes? That is the Spirit agreeing with heaven's voice. Do not resist it. Let it flow. For those tears are not weakness, they are prophecy. They are proof that heaven is touching you even now.